Hello friends, today we are going to study insurance claim accounts. So first of all we will see the introduction of insurance claim. A business may suffer abnormal losses due to different reasons such as fire, theft, burglary, flood, strike, lockups, etc. Among them, the most common, which destroy or causes several damage to the assets like building, plant, machinery, furniture, livestock, etc., is a fire. When a fire occurs, it takes place, the business naturally incurs heavy losses, and in turn the normal business operations are disturbed. Hence, the businessman need insurance, especially in regard to cover the loss of stock destroyed by fire and the loss of profit during the period of disruption of normal business operations. So it is very important to take the insurance policy to cover the various losses from the various reasons. Now the meaning: when a business suffer from a loss from any insured event, it has to notify the insurance company regarding the loss of the assets and to file a claim for compensation against those losses. So such claims are known as insurance claims. So the businessman has to provide amount of insurance claim to the insurance company. So in this situation, businessman has to calculate the exact amount of the claim to be lodged. Now the types of insurance. So it is depending upon the types of losses. So there are three types of losses. So there are three types of insurance claim. The first one is claim for loss of stock, which is very simple. The procedure of calculation of claim for loss of stock is there are some steps we have to follow. Then second one is claim for loss of profit, and third one is claim for loss of assets. These are the three types of insurance claim. So first of all we will see claim for loss of stock. When a fixed asset is destroyed, so the calculation of loss is very simple. The value of such assets on the date of fire can be ascertained from the various books of accounts of the businesses, because most of the businessmen usually maintain proper record for fixed assets. But what about the stock? So it is very complicated process. When stock is destroyed, the calculation of loss is not so simple, because the prices different items of stock are not stable and the stock is acquiring at different rates. For most of the businesses, particularly for trading concern, stock taking is not maintained up to date or day by day. So therefore at the time of accident, no ready-made value of the stock is available. So here we have to calculate the value of stock on the date of fire. If the stock register is maintained properly, so the value of stock lost by fire can be ascertained from it. But the proper records are not available, so it is very complicated. So there are two situations for calculation of claim for loss of stock. The first one is when proper records are available, and second one is when proper records are not available. So in this situation we have to follow some steps to calculate the amount of claim. So the first step is, here we have to calculate the value of stock on the date of fire. So this value can be calculated from the stock register of the business. Then secondly, ascertain the value of stock saved from fire. So we can calculate this value from the raw material or stock which is saved from fire. And thirdly, or third step, stock destroyed by fire. It can be calculated by, so the value of stock saved from fire is minus from the value of stock on the date of fire. So we can get the stock destroyed by fire. Suppose there is no under insurance and no application of average clause. So the amount of claim is equal to the stock destroyed by fire. For example, we can take a simple example. Suppose on the date of fire, it means when this situation happens or fire takes place, so there is a stock of value of rupees 5 lakh and the value of stock saved from fire is 1 lakh. So the stock destroyed by fire is 5 minus 1, it means 4. Suppose there is a no under insurance and no application of average clause. So amount of claim is equal to the stock destroyed by fire, value of stock destroyed by fire, which is here in this example is 4 lakh. So we can claim, we can provide the amount of claim to the insurance company which is stock destroyed by fire, which is 4 lakh in this example.
Now the second situation, when proper records are not available. It means in the event of fire, suppose there is no any record, or with the event or with the stock the record is also lost with the fire. So in this situation, so value of the stock on the date of fire is not available with the business. So here we have to follow some steps to calculate the value of the stock on the date of fire. The step 1 is to find out the percentage of gross profit or average of gross profit, average percentage of gross profit from the previous year's trading account. So there is some information available with us, so we can prepare the trading account for the previous year. So from the previous year's gross profit we can find out the percentage of gross profit or rate of GP. Then the second situation is, then the second step is we have to find out the value of the stock on the date of fire, which will be occur or calculated by constructing the memorandum trading account for the current period. It means current period, it means the period starting from the first day of accounting year and ends on the date of fire. So here in this second step we have to prepare the memorandum trading account. Then third step, ascertain the value of stock salvaged from fire. It means here we have to find out the value of stock which is saved from the fire. Now the fourth step, you can see here there are some steps which are similar to the previous situation when proper records are available. Only here what is the difference? Here we have to find out the value of stock on the date of fire. It means here there are these two additional steps are added here. After that the previous steps which we will follow. So the fourth step is stock destroyed by fire. So we can find out similar way stock destroyed by fire. It means by subtracting the value of stock saved from fire from the value of stock on the date of. Now the next step is calculate the amount of claim. If there is no underinsurance and there is no application of average clause, again the same amount of claim is equal to stock destroyed by fire. It means here we have calculated the stock destroyed by fire. So this amount we can claim or provide to the insurance company. So here these 5 steps we have to follow when proper records are not available. What is added here? So here we have to find out the percentage of gross profit for the previous year, and from this percentage we have to construct the memorandum trading account for the current period, and from that percentage we have to find out the balancing figure, which is the value of stock on the date of fire. So this value. Okay, so statement showing claim for loss of stock as on a particular date or as on date of event. So in this way we can prepare the statement showing the amount of claim. So book value of the stock, it means value of the stock on the date of fire, which is as per the memorandum trading account for the current period. So we have prepared memorandum trading account, so we have to take this amount from the memorandum trading account. So value of the stock on the date of fire less stock salvage, it means value of stock saved from fire. So we have to minus this amount here, then we will get the amount of loss of stock. So this amount, so we can provide this amount to the insurance company for the claim. So subject to average clause, it will be changed. If there is a application of average clause, so this amount will be reduced as per the under insurance. So what is average clause and what is under insurance? So we will see in the next slide. So application of average clause means, so average clause applies in case of under insurance. So what is under insurance? Which is very simple concept. When a business takes an insurance policy, the value of which is less than the value of the average stock lying in the godown or lying with the business, so it is known as under insurance. Suppose we have average stock of rupees 5 lakh in the business or in the godown, but we are taking the insurance policy of rupees 3 lakh only, so which is called as under insurance. So what is the role of application of average clause? So many businessmen take the insurance policy less than the value of average stock. So on the control of this, for the control of this, so average clause is applicable. What does it do? So it will reduce the value of amount of claim in proportion to the under insurance. So average clause means the claim for the loss of stock is proportionately reduced having regard to under insurance of stock. So in this case, the amount of claim will be reduced in proportion with the under insurance. So the formula for calculation of amount of claim is equal to value of insurance policy divided by value of stock on the date of fire multiplied by loss of stock. So for example, we are taking this example, value of insurance policy 3 lakh, value of stock on the date of fire 5 lakh, and the loss of stock is suppose 4 lakh. So in this case, if there is no under insurance or no application of average clause, so we can claim the value of loss of stock is equal to the amount of claim. But in case of under insurance, so there will be a application of average clause. So in this case, the amount of claim will be reduced having regard to proportionate to the under insurance. So we are taking a simple example to understand the concept of how to calculate amount of claim. A fire occurred in the premises of Messrs. Gokhale and Company, Pune on 15th October 2019. From the following details, ascertain the loss of stock and prepare a claim for insurance. So in this example, the date of fire is 15th October 2019. So there are some particulars given. Stock on 1st April 2018 68,000. So this is the opening stock. So in this situation here, what is the current period? Current period is accounting year start from 1st April. So in this case, the date of fire is 15th October 2019. It means the current period is 1st April 2019 to the 15th October 2019. This is the current period. And then what is the previous year? 1st April 2018 to the 31st March 2019 is the previous year. We have to identify this first and then we have to classify this data according to the previous year and current period. So this is the opening stock. Stock on 1st April 2018 68,000, which is the opening stock for the previous year. Purchase from 1st April 2018 to 31st March 2019 2,44,000. So this is the purchase for the previous year. We can write it as a P for previous year. Sales from 1st April 2018 to 31st March 2019. So this is the sales for previous year, which is 3,60,000. Then stock on 31st March 2019, which is 60,000. So this is the closing stock for the previous year and opening stock for the current period. Then purchase from 1st April 2019 to 14th October 2019. So this is our current period. So this is purchase for the current period, which is 2,94,000. Then sales from 1st April 2019 to 14th October 2019, which is 3 lakh. So again this is for current period. Then additional information is given here. The stock salvage, it means stock save, was worth rupees 36,000. Though stock save from fire is 36,000, we have to use this amount in the statement showing amount of claim. The amount of policy was 1,26,000. So the amount of policy is given 1,26,000. there was an average clause in the policy. So it means that in this example average clause is applicable. So here we have to dictate these items according to the previous year and current period. Then the solution of this. So what is the first step? So first step is, here we have to prepare the trading account for the previous year. So we can write it in the books of Messrs. Khokhle and Company, Pune, debit side and credit side of the trading account for the year ended 31st March 2019. It means the previous year. This is our previous year. Then for the previous year, opening stock is given here 68,000. Then purchases for the previous year 2,44,000. Then sales for the previous year 3,60,000 and closing stock for the previous year 60,000. There is no any other transaction here. Now in this previous year we have to find out the gross profit for the previous year. So this is the balancing figure. We have to identify, make the total of credit side, it means total of these two items, it will be 4,20,000. So we have to write it on the debit side, it will be 4,20,000. Now we have to find out the balancing figure which is the gross profit. So 4,20,000 minus 2,44,000 minus 68,000, so it will be 1,08,000. So 1,08,000 is the gross profit for the previous year, which is the balancing figure in this trading account. So from this figure we have to calculate the second step, percentage of GP, it means percentage of gross profit. So percentage of gross profit, for calculation of percentage of gross profit we have to take the sales for the previous year and gross profit for the previous year. So what is the formula? So percentage of gross profit is calculated by using the formula gross profit divided by sales into 100. So gross profit is 1,08,000 divided by sales is 3,60,000 multiplied by 100. So it will be 30%. So percentage of gross profit is for the previous year is 30%. And from this percentage we have to calculate the percentage of gross profit for the current period. So the next step is memorandum trading account for the current period. Current period we start from 1st April 2019 up to the 14th October 2019. So debit side and credit side, just here opening stock for the current period. So opening stock of the current period is the closing stock of the previous year, which is 60,000. Then purchases for the current period is 2,94,000, which is given in the example. Then sales for the current period is given, which is 3 lakh. Now here stock figure is not given, and which is we have to calculate here. So we can calculate the gross profit here from the information given in the trading account of the previous year. So gross profit is the 30% on the sales. So sales is here 3 lakh, 30% on sales, it means 90,000 is the gross profit for the current period. Now we have to make the total of this, it means total of debit side will be 4,44,000, carry to the credit side 4,44,000. Now we have to find out the balancing figure here. So the balancing figure is 4,44,000 minus 3 lakh, so it will be 1,44,000. So the value of stock on 15th October 2019, it means the date of fire will be 1,44,000. So here we know that the value of stock on the date of fire is 1,44,000. Now the next step is calculation of value of stock destroyed by fire. So it will be calculated by using the format or statement. So value of stock on the date of fire is 1,44,000, which is calculated in the memorandum trading account for the current period. Then we have to less here stock salvage or stock saved from fire, which is given in the example, which is 36,000, and the value of stock on the date of fire, or which is also called as loss of stock. So 1,44,000 minus 36,000, so it will be 1,08,000. If there is no application of average clause, so the value of amount of claim is 1,08,000. But the amount of insurance policy given, it means here we have to check whether it is underinsured or not. So the value of stock on the date of fire is 1,44,000. It means we have to take the insurance policy of amount of rupees 1,44,000 or more than that. But in this example, the insurance policy is taken for rupees 1,26,000, which is less than the value of stock on the date of fire. It means there is a application of average clause. It means average clause is applicable, so we have to use the formula for amount of claim, which is value of insurance policy divided by value of stock on the date of fire multiplied by loss of stock. So in this case, the value of insurance policy is 1,26,000 and value of stock on the date of fire is 1,44,000 and the loss of stock is 1,08,000. So in this situation, the amount of claim will be reduced in proportion with the value of insurance policy. So the amount of claim will be 94,500. So if there is no application of average clause, so the amount of claim is equal to loss of stock 1,08,000. But if there is average clause which is applicable, so the amount of claim will be reduced up to 94,500. So this amount we have to provide to the insurance company for the claim. Thank you.